The dog in that car is kind of having a moment. It's a nice looking beagle. I always said if I was going to get a golden retriever, I might have got a beagle. But we're back. Well, I gotta take my keys out. Don't want to lose these. Don't want to lock myself out either. That would not be good. But we are back in Scran area doing thrift store things. This is probably going to be the last time I come up here for thrift store things for the spring. So let's enjoy the moment while we have it. I know once we get into the actual spring months, like April and May, is when everything else kind of picks up. Flea markets, everything else. So I really don't go thrifting like at all. So let's see if we can find anything. Should be a beautiful day. Got my Krispy Kreme. Let's find some treasure. Taco stacks at the thrift store. Let's do it. Saw this one quilt in the first thrift store. Thought it looked pretty neat. It's got some staining on the inside, but I don't think it's too old, and it's got some really questionable residue on the inside. Not just inside the pattern, but on the inside of the quilt. I don't even know how much money it is. I just don't know the age on it, because it looks like it's machine done. It's not printed quilt, like a printed fabric with fake stitching. It actually has stitching, but it doesn't look like it's handmade. $6 isn't a bad buy, but we'll have to think about it. Here's one thing I'm always curious about. So this is from 2020. It's a NASCAR shirt. I think I'm going to buy it because it's only going to be $1.50. It's the quarantine version, and I don't remember what happened that year. If they did they cancel NASCAR? Did they have this, or what was really going on? But it's really a cool shirt. And I've always said the more colors you put on a shirt, the more expensive it gets. So I wonder what this really costs. But do you think t-shirts that are marked 2020 are going to be like some special year apparel? Like people are going to be like, oh, I collect 2020 stuff. It was just such a wild time in our life. But double header at Pocono? I don't know. I don't even remember this even happening. So I think I'm going to get it. It's $1.50. I can put it with all the other NASCAR shirts, and if I ever run a NASCAR sale, I can definitely sell that. This is probably something that was pretty expensive at one time too. Got $2. Man, Under Armour used to be incredible money. When I grabbed this. It's kind of worn out. 2XL. Why? I wonder why that is. I wonder why the logoing wore it off, but not the name. Unless the names were like individually printed and that was mass produced. That wouldn't really make sense. This store is similar to the last one and the store that I was at yesterday. So I went to Whitehall yesterday. Very empty. I don't know what's going on here. It's like the racks are really just depleted. And I don't know if they ran a special sale. Like, there's nothing here. Last time I was here, I was like struggling to get sweatshirts out. So I don't know if they run a sale or they just like don't restock, or I have not the slightest clue. Man, I've said it once, I've said it before, and this is a college sweatshirt, so this is very specific. So what is that, Southern Methodist University? I'm thinking that's what's SMU. But like, imagine what this thing costs at the store. This probably costs like $120. I think I have to get it and just hope and pray that someone out there wants the same style, wears Vineyard Vines and wears a size medium, and either goes there or went there or applied there. It's just like, this sweatshirt literally is probably $120 at the store when this Vineyard Vine stuff was everywhere. Okay, we'll add it to the cart. Just another thing to add to the cart. Towson University. I laugh because I look back on some of my cringy moments in life, and I contacted like like 3 players from the baseball program there and asked them how school was there. That's back when like Facebook just came out, because I was thinking about applying to Towson, and I think my sophomore year of college they got rid of their baseball program. So I'm like, wow, good thing I didn't go there. I would have been really salty. But it's like, what made me think that I could just contact somebody on Facebook who I don't even know and just be like, hey, I'm interested in coming to your school. Can you tell me a little bit about it? Like, just the most random person I can find. I don't know, I look back, you look back at a lot of things from maybe your childhood and you're just like, man, why'd I do that? This thing is absolutely serious. Oh, it's got a little thing on the back. Oh, can't read it. I can't read it, you can't read it. Is it ceramic? Oh, you can't see on the inside. Well, leave that there. Just empty. Interesting. Is it sterling on the bottom? Does not look like sterling. It looks like there's rust on that. That would not be sterling. I was at the thrift store. There's a thrift store in Easton, Pennsylvania. And it was interesting because it had a sterling top, but it was a picture, and like the part that you like pull down and then like the top flaps open and close, that was sterling, but the rest of it was silver plate. And I don't know why it was made like that, but it was $26, and I was trying to figure out if the base was just silver plate or sterling, because I just don't understand why they'd make one and one, but that's the way it was. But I didn't buy it. Oh, cast iron. Some new stuff. Jim Beam. Huh. It's evolving. I'm just fascinated you see it everywhere now. Does anyone out there collect nutcrackers? I imagine a room full of nutcrackers would be very scary to look at. I'm sure someone out there who's watching this does collect nutcrackers. That'd be one collection to have out and about. Don't want to walk in there in the middle of the night. Or if they start moving on you. That's just one thing I don't think I can stand. Got excited. I was like, wow, no way they have vintage trains here. And then it's just random this stuff, which these might be made in Japan. Oh geez. Let's go get these guys. Yeah, they are made in Japan. Would you look at that? So it's not a bad buy. I looked these guys up. I think there's a couple up there for $14 right now. Individually, there's none that are a lot. But I think they're called like paper wing or paper thin or something like that. I'm not a huge collector or knowledgeable on this, but these all look like they're vintage. That looks like it's vintage, so I'm gonna get that for $2. Thought it'd be pretty bad that it's not a train thing, but vintage Christmas for $2, can't beat it, right? Can't believe I found some vintage Christmas in that box. Actually, the Christmas stuff is actually worth more than what the train thing would have been worth, surprisingly enough. At least according to what my phone says on eBay, as I show you my hand. Looking for chairs, but I'm not seeing any chairs for my porch. I think it's going to be hard to find the chairs that I want out in the trash, even though I guess I've gone through 2 cycles of them. I haven't seen this one before. 2017, that's when it was made. Wow. Are these staples? Security closing. Undiluted staples. What the heck does that mean? Obviously it doesn't mean that they're diluted, but like what the heck is undiluted staples? It's like aluminum ware everywhere. $4. Amazing. This store, so I'm in the last store for today. The store has a lot more stuff. I mean, they got lids over here if you need lids. I don't know how you're going to remember what style of lid you need. But I guess they sell everything. And I guess if they have them over here, they probably do sell them. You know how like I do the basketball thing? It's amazing. Some of these thrift stores I go to, I don't think I've seen basketball here in the last 6 months, 12 months. They always have bowling balls, but isn't it amazing that like you think you see them everywhere, but realistically you don't. Alright, well, made it home, and well, you can see I have my ore over there. Guess what didn't operate correctly overnight? The good old sump pump. So I had to smack it with the ore, and then it activated. So water's going away, but man, I think it's time I replace that sump pump again for maybe the 500th time. Who knows? Time to build that new house. I've been saying it forever. Maybe next year. All right, and I made it home, and kind of just right out the door I go. So I do have to get to the metal yard today, get rid of all that stuff back there, and then get rid of probably get rid of the sealed unit. These I still have to separate, but take apart. I don't know how. Probably get rid of the motor and see if I have some brass inside. But I'm trying to scurry all around. It's like 2:15, and I have to be back for something at 3 o'clock. So I'm going to really try to rush here. But it was fun at the thrift stores. I got some cool things. Got some vintage Christmas. But I guess I'll take you guys along for the scrapyard run. We'll include it. We'll find out how much this thing's worth. I know I get a little bit more money by taking it to a different yard, but it's heavy. I really don't want to put it in my yard and have like another piece of scrap in the yard. So we'll take that over the motor, and I'm going to grab, I think, a bucket of maybe die cast or wire, but we'll run this stuff quickly. Gotta keep all my... Well, let's just keep moving. All right. Well, finished all my rounds here at the scrapyard. That motor that came off that air conditioner from yesterday's trash picking video got a little under $2, so just say round up to $2. And the sealed unit from that air conditioner, that weighed 44 pounds. That big sealed unit, almost $7, so $6.60. That's kind of like the recap from kind of like yesterday's like crazy finds. Like I said, I didn't take apart the aluminum copper radiators. Those will have to be processed at another time when I have time. So that's going to wrap it up though. It's been fun. We kind of been all over the board. I have about 15 minutes to spare before I get home, and we'll stay tuned for tomorrow's video. I clean out the back of the van for the most part because I'm going trash picking out tomorrow morning, and hopefully we'll find things because that's another fun town to do. And stay tuned for the next adventure. Stay tuned for the next video. Should be fun. See what we can find out in the wild tomorrow. Anyway, thanks for tagging along. If you guys enjoy, hit the like button, subscribe down below. Till next time, have a great day. Keep living the dream. Peace.